Hi, welcome back to the Negroni tutorials. It sounds like some sort of cool reality TV show that I'd like to be on. In this episode, we're going to be talking about your galleries. So Show It was originally designed for photographers, and the gallery settings are very cool. They're very easy to use, and I'm excited to get you started. Before we do that, though, I want to show you one thing that I forgot to mention about the home page right here, and that is that if you get annoyed with this demo button right here popping up that says buy now, just be aware that you can just click and delete this right here. So this is how you can toggle that on. And then I also wanted to show you one more thing that's very cool in Show It, and that is that you can toggle mobile and desktop on and off. So for example, I'm just going to move this guy so I can see. So as you're editing your Show It design, I highly recommend always having this mobile section on. And you're going to see that some things change. Like if I say, I'm Jen, right here, you're going to see this text change. Now, what will not always change is, for example, sometimes if you change a background image, you can have a different background image on mobile and on desktop. And the way to do that is a little bit, you wouldn't know it by looking at it. So I'm just going to show you right now. If you click media type right here, you can suddenly see the mobile settings and the desktop. So if you wanted to set those independently, you could do that right there. Now, what will not always change, as I mentioned before, is the formatting and spacing. So for example, if I say I'm Jen Olmsted, right here, graphic designer. There's an extra comma in there, but that's okay. You're going to notice right here, this might look okay, like I can just drag this down, but this spacing isn't automatically responsive. And that's because Show It wants you to have total control over the website builder. It doesn't want it just to add spacing for you. It doesn't want to make decisions for you. And so it's going to let you say, okay, wait a second, no, I'm either going to change this font size a little bit, or I'm going to move this text down. Now, what you can imagine that might happen is if you're editing your entire website without ever looking at mobile, you're going to end up with a mess. There is one very cool tool that I'm going to show you right now. And that is, for example, if we do make a mess, I can click right here on the right-hand side with these three dots, and I can click Layout Mobile. And I can see right here a few ways of laying out the design on mobile. So if it was truly a giant mess, I can say I want it to be stacked, and then it'll at least get you a little closer to the design that you want it to be. So I highly recommend keeping mobile open. Let's move over to your galleries. So this is the portfolio page of the website. I think it's just so incredibly beautiful. And right here you can see it's very easy to change out images like I showed you before. I've also already talked with you about the links. So you can see on this website, there are a bunch of different gallery styles. There's a tiled gallery, a matted gallery, full screen gallery, sliding gallery. This is going to be replaced with titles of your projects. So for example, I'm going to change this to say like the Smithfield residence. And then I would just link this to a gallery. Okay, so I would use click actions. I could even select all options at once, then select click actions, configure link, and make sure everything links to the right page of the design. So all of these different options for galleries are meant to give you options, like I said, but you don't have to use them all. So let's take a quick stock of what you actually have right here. Okay, you have the tiled gallery, which looks like this. And this is kind of an individual project where it's going to give you a case study of just this design. There's also just a full screen gallery like this, where you can it doesn't have any text. It'll open it up and it'll kind of feel just like an immersive experience. The sliding gallery right here, which is kind of a combination of those two. It could be like a sampling of all of your work, or it could be specific to a different specific project or portfolio set piece. A matted gallery, which is the same thing. And all of those different options are meant to just give you options. This one is my favorite. If it's me, I would duplicate this over and over to use for case studies and portfolio items throughout my website. So for example, all I would need to do is duplicate this, call it the Smithfield residence, change the name, And then I can change up my images. Okay. I'm going to click to change this background image or you could keep this all the same. Okay, and then I can describe a little bit about the project, and then all I have to do to edit the gallery images are click the gallery, click manage images, and now I can see everything that's in this gallery. I can move it around as I like, or I can add other images. I can add one at a time like this, or I can select a bunch, add them, and then reorder as needed. So that is how you add images to your gallery. And then you also will be able to change settings right here. You can set this gallery to click. You can manage the images. You can change the padding of this design. There's so many settings that you can change about your design. So you can notice right here, whenever I did that, what happened, mobile is telling me that it's a little bit messed up. So I'm just going to take a look at this and move things up a little bit. One of my life hacks that I suggest for you is if you're having trouble with the spacing on your design and don't know if it matches what it should, just open your original design back up. Go to negroni.tonicsiteshop.com because our version of the website isn't going to change. So you can just refer back to the spacing on this design and you can always add more if you need it. Hope you are doing well with this. Let me know if you have any questions. I feel like Showit has amazing tutorials. So if you go to the help docs and you type in galleries, you're going to see so many different options, multiple galleries, gallery types, how to add images to a gallery, different kind of versions of gallery help. So if you have any questions or galleries aren't making sense to you, feel free to check out that resource. But the primary thing is just choosing your gallery type, adding your gallery images, and then going back to your portfolio, and you'll just link to whatever that gallery is that you chose. So this one, for example, goes to the tiled gallery, and I will just do this. This will conclude our portfolio tutorial, and up next we'll tackle the blog. It's super easy, and I hope this is feeling exciting to you. I can't wait to see what you make.